Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Eric Rosen for Viking Rising Astrology for Thursday, December 7th, 2023. This is your Viking Rising Daily Horoscope. Thanks so much for being here. This is for you, regardless of your zodiac sign. This is how we can all navigate the daily mundane energies as a collective, as human race, human population. Astrology obviously influences the events and our, behaviors here on Earth. It doesn't compel us, but it is kind of the gold star to look at to kind of get the astro news, if you will. The news that's actually going to give you more truth. And so, the truth is today is that our emotions, might be trying to come into alignment of maybe some of those things that we want to feel better, especially finding alignment, balance, harmony. Our relationships. This can show up for you depending on where it lands in your natal chart, where Libra's at for you. But we got to be careful to make sure that, we're not barking up the wrong tree, so to speak. That's because the South Node is here with Libra. It's just a reminder, that it's not always going to be as harmonious and as great as we want it to be, especially if we're trying to lead with feeling better and leading with the emotions. That Neptune direct now might want to put a rosy spin on things a little bit. Maybe we're getting some new insights now with the direct, but we got to be careful. We got to make sure that we're still using the charge forward, the expanding the horizons, the hopefulness, the optimism energy of that sun and that Mars in Sagittarius to still take care of things in the physical reality that Pluto's still very much at the end of Capricorn. And so restriction, baby, learning to have to get off the mat even when we don't feel like we have the energy, and to find the magic that comes in. It reminds me of Neo in the fourth Matrix, finding that oomph, even when there's kind of a depletion, and been through a lot already. And Pluto has put us through a lot. And, maybe the gifts, as I mentioned yesterday, don't feel like they're just streaming in right now and we've got to wait. And, maybe it's waiting for that Jupiter to go direct with Uranus there in Taurus to get some of the bigger things. But, it's remembering too that we're still very powerful beings, and to tune our frequency to the positivity and the optimism from within, and to magnetize at the minimum the resources that we need that fit our value systems. That Venus and Scorpio is reminding us, put your money where your mouth is in terms of your values, walk it, embody it, really be it, vibrate at it, magnetize all the fun words that we throw around in the spiritual community. And so definitely a day to rock out in terms of getting things done, but to also, if things start feeling a little stressful or the anxious side, and we start forgetting, to stay connected to the spiritual component of things and falling into some physical reality victimhood, it's like reel ourselves back in. It's like you're not going to catch any fish if the line is too loose, and even if something does bite, and then you've got to hurry up and try to reel it in. We don't want opportunities to come into our life and then not be in the right position, the right vibration to actually do something about it. At the same time, it's being nonchalant about where we're at in our vibe. Yeah, I am powerful. I can manifest. The universe does support me. That kind of nonchalance, as opposed to, being, reminds me of the athlete that does all these things for the training. And, it's I got all my crystals and my meditation mat. I'm doing my yoga. I'm doing this. It's I'm so spiritual, bro. And it's maybe just see that, let's just go back to the basics for a second. It's reality goes the best when we're not freaked out, when we're not worried, when we're not, worried that something bad is going to happen or situation's not going to work out. And then we just, take things as they show up, and keep an open, mind to things. The sun, Mars very much reminds us to be very much open to, other people's beliefs and viewpoints and the stories of how they see things. That Mars, might want to double down on the intensity of this is a story, this is the vision, this is how I see it. And that sun, very much expand that energy. But I think we do have to, quietly sort of remind ourselves, hey, people have other value systems, they see things differently, and to just, really honor that. And so I think the patience, also shows up in the understanding of how communication things go down in any type of communication situation, partnership, friendship, business, all of it. And that there's things going on in the background that we can't see. There's always a good reminder, especially with Saturn and Neptune. It's like so much of the reality and the karma of like what we're creating is, how much are we keeping our spiritual antenna up to follow and flow with our intuition to make our decisions and plans, as opposed to like trying to push them and trying to make shit happen, forgetting like, hey, there is something going on in the background in the quantum field. And so just because, there's stuff that we're trying to keep on track or move forward in our reality doesn't mean we need to become hyper vigilant to try to keep things in alignment in the right vibration today. So that's your horoscope for today. If you want to get that private astrology reading that I mentioned daily, either for you as an individual, I go well beyond a natal chart. It's a deep astrology chart reading. And if you want to get that as a couple too, if you're in a relationship or looking at a business, you're in a business, do those as well. Look forward to connecting you in that fashion. If not, I will see you for tomorrow's horoscope piece.